Ah, there is nothing like being a beggar, he thought. Such good things it brings out in people. They share, they give, and me, I get a little something too. It's perfect. That quote made me think, when was the last time I gave to someone not thinking about what I was going to get in return? How many times do you pass someone on the street who needs your help that you think, I'm not going to help them because I won't get anything in return? Do you really know that you won't get anything in return? Do you really know that to be a fact? What if that person has a lot to offer you or help you with? In the book Bone, Button, Borscht by Aubrey Davis and Dusan Patrice, we find out answers to these questions. What happens if you trust someone? What happens if you go outside of your comfort zone and think about helping someone other than helping yourself? What magic or miracles could come from that? In this book, we learn that there's a beggar, and he goes along looking for a village. Once he gets to the village, he sees that no one is willing to help. He wonders why. What's going on? So as he goes along, he stumbles into a synagogue. Once he gets to the synagogue, he tries to talk the shamus into helping him. The shamus is very adamant that he's not going to help at first. He begins taking the buttons off of his jacket and decides to, he works to convince that the shamus that he can make soup out of these buttons. He has 4 buttons. He tries to tell the shamus that he needs 1 more button. The shamus says, no, I'm not giving you my buttons. I'm not giving you my buttons. Finally, he convinces him, and the shamus leaves the synagogue, runs down to the tailor, and tells the tailor he needs to borrow a button. The tailor, of course, is adamant they're not helping. Everyone is too poor. We're not helping. We're just going to stay in the confines of our place. We're not going to help anybody. But what they find out along the way is if they help, they all benefit. So after he convinces the tailor to loan his button, they start out into the village. Well, everyone begins to wonder what's going on, and they quickly follow the shamus and the tailor, where they all end up back at the synagogue and following the beggar's path. They learn that if they all work together, they can make a soup called Bone, Button, Borscht. And what they find is that as each of them gives, it makes their struggles less. More and more, the more each person gives, or the more that each person offers what they have, and they work together, they find out that it is a miracle after all, that they can work together and they can have. The book made me feel like it can apply to times that we have today. Times are tough. Not everybody has everything, and instead of actually reaching out and seeing how we can help each other, we're more worried about how we can affect our own lives and not reach out to other people. It made me think about how I can help others, or I can be a helpful person to others, or what I can offer to help make other people's lives easier, and then in return, they may have something that can help me. I would definitely recommend it to others. I think it's a valuable tool to teach life lessons in classrooms and help others, or help children think outside the box of ways that being helpful can help. And when you think about the end of the book, and we go to one of the last pages, it says, the years passed. One by one the beggar's bone buttons were lost. But it was a strange thing, a wonder perhaps. The townsfolk learned that they really didn't need the buttons. They learned to make the borscht without them. And they learned to help one another without borscht, even in hard times. That was the real miracle that the beggar left behind. So I have to think, how can I help others before worrying about how I can help myself?